Punchbowl High School in Sydney Southwest used to be one of Australia's worst schools. Barbed wire fences made it more like a prison and gangs, violence and drugs dominated. That was until our next guest became the headmaster. And he joins us on our panel now. It's Jihad Dib. Welcome.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you. Nice to be here.
Talk us through it. How bad was Punchbowl High when you first got there?
Oh, look, when I got there were a lot of things that had been worked on. People were trying to... There'd been lots of situations where people were trying to improve the school over a period of time. I think you described it in the intro as there were a lot of problems. The thing like that I noticed... Well, look, I think the gangs definitely were an issue. There were a lot of problems in the community, such as the violence, such as the shootings that were going on. And they had an impact on the school. So they might not necessarily have come out as a result of the school, but a school serves its local community, and of course they had an impact on it. So the further impact on that is the kids in the school then stopped believing in any possibility of a bright future. And so they started to fit that stereotype that maybe they started to think in their heads. So the barbed wire then became symbolic of, well, this is a prison, so let's behave a little bit like that. This is where I see my life going. So the first thing that I noticed was not so much, the violence, it was that lack of hope. There was just no hope and no desire to want to achieve any more than what they thought their lot in life was. And there was an anger, and there was just this anger, this simmering anger in the school that you just picked up on as soon as you stepped through that door.
What did you think when you got the appointment of headmaster? I mean, the school population had dwindled down to 250 or something like that. Yeah. So here, you get this gig. What do you think? Oh, this is an opportunity of a lifetime?
I'm not 100% sure. When I got the gig and I applied for it, so I consciously made the decision to apply for the position. And when I did get the position, first of all, I didn't think that I would because I was so young. But I did get the position, and I thought to myself, well, I'm going to make the most of this. I didn't think that I would be there 8 years on. I didn't think that we would have achieved what we did. But I did go in there with that belief that we're going to make a difference and we're going to make things better.
I've been to your school.
What's the first thing when you go in you think, right, did you think, right, this barbed wire's coming down because it makes it look like a jail?
Well, I remember driving to the school and, there was a no stopping sign nearby, and somebody had actually graffitied on that sign, Punchbowl Prison, and they put an arrow pointing towards it. Yeah. Oh. So I actually went back that afternoon and had some graffiti remover and climbed up on the bonnet of my car and just cleaned it, because I thought, if people walk past that every single day, that's what they think. Yep. But you saw that. You saw the barbed wire, you saw the bars on the windows, you saw there was no plant, the peeling paint. Everything that you expect in a really nice place was not there. And so it was this overbearing feeling as soon as you walked in and just go, well, it sucks the life out of you.
It's like Mayor Giuliani's no broken window policy.
Absolutely.
Clean it up. Yeah. So you start cleaning up the kind of peripheral stuff and the cosmetic stuff, and then...
Then what?
Then what,
yeah. Then you go, oh, geez, I need a plan.
Yeah.
But I've been to your school, haven't I? I visited your school last year as Australian of the Year. And I saw your boys. And they're not the boys you're telling us about now. You have transformed the school. You've got 450 boys there, I think, now.
471 now.
So, 471, well, there you go. So how did you do this? How did you turn the school around? How did you get the boys? What you've given the boys, I could see quite clearly, was terrific self-esteem and self-confidence. And they respect you, it's quite clear. Yeah. How'd you do it?
Thank you. Okay, well, look, first and foremost, I had to get everybody to believe in what the possibilities were. So before we started with the boys, we had to start with the teachers. And we also had to work with the community. So there was a bit of a three-pronged approach. We had to work with the students, get the students, first and foremost, to get them to behave like students should and get them to start believing in the possibility. When you have belief, then you can do things. The second one was the staff, and I've got outstanding staff, but they were floundering. And it wasn't because they weren't good staff and they weren't good people, they were just struggling. So we had to work on a few things. What was the right thing that was going to work in that particular situation? Was it a case of some staff that wasn't the right place for them? Because it really is a bit of a case of who is the right person in the right place at the right time. And then the third and I think the most important, was to engage the community. So I talk about the school being, the centre of the community. And you've got to have a community that believes in the school. And so as a result of that, we then got the community on board, got the parents on board, got the parents to start coming in, started running some lessons for parents. So we started with language lessons. Then we started opening the doors for the parents. And our parents now come into the school, we can't get rid of them. And it's a wonderful thing. But of course, above and beyond all of that, we're a school. And a school is about learning.
And the state government was going to shut the school down. It shows that one person can really make a difference. The school was going to get shut down. Now, if you go to the My School website, you can see that the young guys at Punchbowl Boys High School are getting bigger improvements from year 7 to year 9 than almost anywhere else in the country, isn't that right?
They're great.
Well done. And Jihad, we can tell you're a big softy. You've got tears in your eyes talking about the transformation you've made at Punchbowl High.
And your daughter's
just
here
phenomenal.
too.
And if you would like to hear more from Jihad, you can see him at the TED Talk in Sydney, and the tickets, just visit tedxsydney.com.
And if you can't get a ticket, and this will be my plug, if you can't get a ticket, you can go to tedx.com Sydney website, and they're live streaming it on Saturday. So there's a lot more inspiring people talking than I.
What a good human being you are. We'll be watching. It is also time to say goodbye to our very special guest. He's one of us now. He's had a great time on here, I reckon. Jason Clare, everyone, future Prime Minister.